The messenger that delivered it was trustworthy, yes.
I need to go.
What is it?
Earlier this day, you offered to listen to my burdens.
That offer still stands.
You should follow me. But you alone.
Calden?
What?
Talk to me about the sail heart. I'd like to know more about it.
12 years ago, I had just been promoted to skipper and had been given a home in the Tempered Tides. It wasn't a big place, but it was decent enough for a whole family, though I lived alone. One day, there was a loud rapping on my door. It was raining that evening, I remember, and I could hardly distinguish the knocks from the thunder. But I opened the door and found him, dressed in the gold of the Luca, standing before me, drenched in rain and blood. In his arms he carried a body, a young girl that had belonged to a mask runner his patrol had killed. He secretly broke away from them and brought her to the first house with lights, not even knowing if I would take them in. That child was Vint, the first of my 11. And so began what you know as the Sail Heart.
Sounds like quite the hero. Who was this, from the Golden Guild?
Jaxus.
Jaxus Corvale, the songstress's brother.
Yes.
Come on out, little girl.
Get away!
Leave her alone.
We've got this!
Vint, it's me.
Oh, thank the ages, Cal.
What happened?
Those men, they must have followed the songstress. I think they were thinking of robbing her, but when they saw the sail heart...
As long as you're safe.
I'm fine.
You mentioned a songstress.
She's left. I'm sorry. She sounded as if she knew you. Once she came in, we couldn't stop her.
Tides.
Please, please.
Calden, what are you searching for?
Tides, where is it?
Calden!
It's gone.
Please, Calden.
No!
No.
What were you looking for?
My journal.
She took it?
She must have. It's not here.
And you're worried about a journal?
This way.
What is this? By the ages. Whose is this?
No one's. Not anymore.
Armor of the Luca.
Jax's.
This was his room.
It was ours.
Calden. Songs unsung.
Now you understand.
I'm afraid I do.
And
I don't know.
all right. Please. Close the doors behind you.
Calden, wait. Damn. The sunset. What a view. A tattoo kit?
Zeph drew that.
He told me.
Guessed as much when I saw him leave.
I think I might have offended him.
Did you insult Jax?
No, I just said I didn't know how I feel about it all.
Nah, he's not offended then. Sad, maybe, but not offended. Cal's better than that.
Have you always known?
Yep, a whole lot of us do. And we only love him more for it. He and Jax took good care of us. Better than any of our real parents did, at least.
And you have no issue?
No offense to your mighty cape or anything, sir, but what's there to take issue with? He loves differently from other people. It's still love, and I wasn't taught ever that love was bad.
I know. I was just surprised, I suppose.
But do you take issue with it? The way the whole of Songs does?
No, not I.
That's good. You should let him know. He doesn't hear things like that enough these days. Come on, sir. I'll walk you out.
A final question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Jax's. What happened to him?
I'd, rather not talk about it. Here we are, sir. I'll see you around.
Quite likely, yes. If you ever need to speak to Calden about anything, he's staying with me at a place called the Estiguary.
Can't say I know it, but I'll be damned if I can't find my way around this city. Excuse my language, sir.
It's all right. Take care of yourself, Fint. Is there any other business you have here? If not, we should get back to the Estiguary. I, for one, am exhausted.
We?
Calden. I was branded a deserter of war. I know how it feels to have the world turn against you. And I'd not inflict that upon anyone, you included.
But earlier...
I was surprised, that's all.
And here I was, ready to pack.
Speaking from experience?
My family. Found out when I was young. Acquainted my face with their fists, threw me out, hoping the thugs or disease would get to me before I could ruin their legacy.
And you proved them wrong.
I never wanted to. All I wanted was to go home.
Well, you have a new home now, anyway.
A home that I worry daily about losing.
Is this why you treat Vasco the way you do?
As someone in the inner circle of the Bloodless, he could know.
And you were afraid word would spread.
Once that happened, if the Hall of Songs knew...
What would happen? I apologize for asking. I am not familiar with these things.
My brother has no children, and my parents' songs were sung a decade ago. If the Hall found out about me, they would deem my family's legacy tainted. Its space on the singing tree would be given to proper families with legacies that will endure.
Does your brother know?
He's the one that cared for me after I was thrown out into the streets. In a way, like you, I owe him my life. And I will not tolerate any threats to his legacy, myself included.
And now Orlana has your journal.
I know.
But what was in it that...
If those are winds we must sail, then let them blow first. I think Vasco should have returned by now, and I am eager to hear what he has to say. The closer we get to finding my brother, the better I'll feel.
I understand. A final word, Calden, before we lay this issue to rest.
Yes?
You don't have any plans to tell the others about this, do you?
What do you mean?
I mean, I only speak for myself when I claim acceptance. I am not sure how the others would take it, and I'd rather not find out. Not while we all have to work together.
It's all right. I understand. I hadn't intended to anyway.
Thank you. We're back.
So what was that all about?
Just some Sorelle issues. Nothing you need concern yourself with.
Nothing to do with the investigation?
No. Personal things.
What about Vasco? Have you heard word from...
Salutations! I am returned.
Where is the Bloodless?
In his abode, in a ward which I am certainly disallowed to mention.
You said we could speak with him.
I said he would give you your answers, and answers he has given.
You...
It's all right, Marshal. The answers were our goal either way.
So they were, and so I shall present them. First, the Herald. Unfortunately, he's too recent a phenomenon. Information about him is conflicted, and the most the Bloodless can give is that the Herald is part of a Masquerada faction called the Dactytes.
Nothing new there.
Second, Lysandra, the Whispering Streets.
Labyrinth of the Masqueraders.
How are we supposed to find anyone in that damnable ward?
It will be difficult. The ward is among the city's biggest. Even worse, I doubt she stays in one place. It could take us days.
I have an idea.
What are you asking for? Another contract?
No, information.
About?
I heard you mention that you were going through all these troubles to find the Mariner's brother. Am I correct?
Yes?
Why?
Inspectore, if we tell him, the Bloodless will know. Given that he trades in information, word could get around.
Marshal, you seem to have a disturbingly inaccurate view of the Bloodless and his messengers. Just because we dabble in information does not mean that we spill it all over the place. But of course, you and your bright guild would know nothing about subtlety and secrets, would you? Seeing how you handled Izander and—
Do not defame my guild!
So instead, I should stand here and let you defame mine.
Enough! The twins have been kind enough to find a location free of the politics of the city, and I will not allow the both of you to drag your baggage along. Within these walls, we are colorless. We are here for one purpose, and that is to get Razatov back.
The masked runners have him. It's why we're looking for Lysandra, to lead us to the Herald.
And what's he to them?
He was researching powerful ancient artifacts of the Dementicate. If there's anyone that can get us to them, it's him.
Artifacts that do what exactly?
I'd tell you if I knew.
I see. Thank you, Inspectore, for the trust. You can rest assured that I shan't abuse it.
Now, that plan you were talking about?
The pin drop.
The ruins?
Yes, I can do a thing. Spread rumors, entice Lysandra with word of a cache of masquerines found. And with the Bloodless's help, and trust me, he will help, I can do it by tonight.
You want to bait her out into the ruins?
In this time when masquerines are so scarce, I'm certain she will fall for it.
It sounds like a plan.
What's this? The Mariner supporting me now?
Don't make me take it back.
So, Inspectore, what'll it be?
Go. Do what you must.
We should head to the pin drop first thing come sunrise. I will be back here by then.
By the light, I can't believe we just told him.
We didn't have much choice, Marshal. We should get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be a long day.
Ah, I see you found my trove.
What are these?
My treasures.
Then, the last thing you counted among your treasures tried to kill me.
Oh, please, Cicero. Nala wasn't even poisonous. Besides, biting was her way of showing affection.
Well, at least these aren't alive.
They're very special brews. I'd been cleaning up the estiguary some months ago when I rediscovered a recipe I'd gotten off some Tesseric tourists years and years ago. As you can tell, there hasn't been much business here lately, so I thought I'd try something new. Occupy myself and all that.
Was the recipe any good?
Well,
You haven't tried them?
you know I'm not one for these sort of things, and,
What?
you could try one and tell me what you think. The first to try the batch. Consider it an honor.
Your enthusiasm worries me.
Oh, come on, Cicero. For old time's sake. Please.
Why do I think I'm going to regret this?
So, what do you think? Cicero! Cicero!
Songs, Ven.
Ages, I thought I lost you.
How long was I out?
1 minute and 3 seconds.
For a moment, we thought you were dead.
I'm surprised I'm not.
You didn't think you could go off dying on us like that, did you? Can you imagine the songs they'll sing of you, dying because you had a bad drink? The embarrassment.
It was worth a shot.
it was worth 10. That thing is potent, Ven.
For a man who just passed out, you seem fine now.
Yes, the recovery period is surprisingly short.
Oh?
It might hit you like a steed at first, but once it lightens up, well,
Go on, Cicero. Don't leave me hanging. How do you feel?
as though some weight's been lifted. There's a strange clarity to the world. I can't describe it exactly, and I don't know how long it'll last, but I'll admit it isn't the worst feeling.
What news? How excellent!
Indeed. As a connoisseur of fine spirits, I must say your description of it has piqued my interest.
Be warned, though, the initial sensations are not mild. I advise caution.
Well, the mariner is here to take care of us if we so choose to subject ourselves to it, no?
I suppose I could do that.
Perfect! Consider us warned.
So, the stone.
It doesn't react to any of the chemicals that I've got, and I can't even scratch it. Whatever you've brought me, it's something special. Everstone, perhaps?
Well, I can't say that lives up to my hopes, but thank you nonetheless, Ven.
You're welcome. And,
What?
I am a collector after all, and,
You can have it.
truly?
Why not? Just as long as you tell me if you find anything more.
Of course. Thank you, Cicero. Now, I think I'll run it through some more, experimental techniques. Oh, this is exciting.
You have something for me?
I promised to make good on our bargain by the day's end.
And the day is almost over.
The lady has delivered as she promised. She has found where your rebel leader has been hiding.
And where is...
And she has given you the means you asked for.
What is this?
It is yours.
The second canticle? My brother used to sing it quite a bit. He'd often dreamed about what the city was like during the time. I was thinking, maybe if we found the artifacts, found out how they were used to create Masquerades, maybe we could turn back time. Make the city the way it was back in the second canticle. What do you think?
What do you want?
Amadea,
What do you want?
an answer.
I don't hear a question.
Why are you shutting me out?
I'm sorry. Were you expecting the world to greet you with open arms?
I hadn't expected it to bury me under ice. When I found out that you were a mask runner, I thought... I don't know, that I could talk to you.
Talk to me.
You were a mask runner, a part of what my brother had once led. Is it so wrong for me to want to connect with his legacy?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Why?
Because I've left that life behind. Who do you think you are, to come back and try to talk to me about the war that you weren't even a part of? You don't know what we went through.
I lost my brother.
I lost my life. Everything that I had, everything that I was, I lost. So don't you dare come back and tell me to talk to you about it.
Then why did you agree to come?
Oh, my friends. What secrets you've been keeping.
This...
What do you mean you don't know where it is?
I've heard its name before. Doesn't mean I've actually visited it.
What's going on?
The rumors have been spread, but we don't know where the pin drop is exactly.
Yes, well, I'd taken for granted that...
That what?
that maybe one of you might have known.
It's a set of ruins, isn't it? You'd know where it is, wouldn't you, Amadea?
It's an obscure set. I've heard of them before, but I should be able to find it if I came along.
Excellent. What are we waiting for, then?
Today is a special day. Amadea will be your guide.
Are you sure, sir? We know the city like the back of our hands.
Do you know where the pin drop is?
Well, that's... might be the dirt under our fingernails.
Let's go.
All right, now stay left. We don't want to cross the roads that circle the old fountain.
So that'll take us through Alamar's alley?
No, you go around that. When you come to the junction, turn right.
But I thought you said to stay left.
Not this time.
Well, that's what you said about Periwinkle Gardens.
Well, I'm saying that again. So listen. Stay left, and when you come across the 3rd Street after the junction of the 7th and 11th...
Did we finally make it?
The ruins are right over there.
Oh, thank the ages. I don't think the horses would have survived another turn.
Well, they'll have to, because you can't stay here. It's too open.
And where do you suppose we go then?
There's an abandoned warehouse just off this street. You can hide the horses in there and climb to its top story. It's quite safe. You'll be able to see the pin drop and watch for our return.
Right. Got it.